Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and blessings to the elect. Great Millstone Dallas camp. I got the brother Tazamah with me, and I'm Yachazak, and we're gonna go straight into First Maccabees, second chapter. Like we said, we want to follow the spirit and break down whole chapters and go into history, because with this pretty much the word is going out to the point now to where it's going to be more people coming out listening. There's going to be more people coming up scoffing. So it will behoove the prophets to be on top of their game as much as possible, you know what I'm saying, by studying to show yourself to be approved and giving attendance unto reading until the Lord come back, which is what we were instructed to do. And that's the only thing that we're instructed to do is just read, study, go out and teach. You know what I'm saying? We're not out there to beat up nobody. We're not out there to start up a revolution or nothing like that, man. It's our job to tell you what the Lord said and when he said it's coming and what to look out for and things of that nature. But when you go into the history, you see all these different situations and scenarios that played out back then that will play out again today, according to Ecclesiastes, the first chapter, where it says nothing is new under the sun. All these things have happened before, and we have to be able to take the spiritual aspect out of all these accounts and all these historical events that involved our people, And with the Maccabees, it was always, during the time of the Maccabees, it was always division between the men that still believed and didn't want to fall under the ways of the heathen, and then you had the men that succumbed to them and sold out. And you can see these things today. You don't got to match the names with the faces. You just mix the situations with the situations. You got men that were supposed to be about this thing that ended up siding with the other team in order to get a so-called better position. But you always had the men of the Lord, the men that had that spirit on them, to where like, look, man, this is what the Lord set up for us, and this is what we're gonna do, no matter what. And the Maccabees is a point in time in history where you were seeing that with our people. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we like to go into it and go into that history, because if now ain't the time to stand up, when? You know what I'm saying? How the scriptures talk about praying without ceasing, and the Lord putting us. He's basically put us in a position to where we have to depend on him and his son. It ain't nothing else left. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the stuff that's going on. This trannies doing everything and everything. It's no limit to the wickedness. There's no limit to the wickedness in Babylon, man. And it's to the point now to where if you're not a spiritual man, you're going to drown. Even if you're a spiritual man, you feel like you drown and you're like, God damn, it's always something just. And it's to the point now to where you can either call on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai or drown in all this madness. So, back in the time of the Maccabees in chapter 2, it's going to go into how our people were succumbing to that madness, but you had that remnant that was still going to ride and follow the laws, statutes, and commandments no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And this was a huge account for fathers who instilled that in their sons being under the threat of imminent death, Got anything you want to say?
Straight to the point of what the second chapter is talking about, man, it's giving a distinction between who stood up for the truth and who succumbed to the wickedness that was going on at that time. And like the brother said, man, we're trying to walk in the stead of our forefathers that had that zeal, that zeal to follow after Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man, regardless of what anybody else says. Right. And we want to see this in chapter 2, how our forefathers stood up. And it was like, man, pretty much wickedness pretty much saying, hell no, man, you can't do that. And then he went his own way, but the chapter won't break it down. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start at the top. It says, this is First Maccabees chapter 2, verse 1. It says, in those days arose Maccabees, the son of John, the son of Simon, a priest of the sons of Jared from Jerusalem, and dwelt in Modin. And he had 5 sons. Johanan called Caddis, Simon called Dasi, Judas was called Maccabees, Eleazar called Aaron, and Jonathan, whose name was Alphus. And when he saw the blasphemies that were committed in Judah and Jerusalem, he said, woe is me, wherefore was I born to see the misery of my people and of the holy city? and to dwell there when it was delivered into the hand of the enemy and the sanctuary into the hand of the stranger.
See, and that's what I'm saying. You looking around and you seeing what's going on, and it make you feel a certain type of way, man. And the things that was going on during that time was the Hellenization of the Jews. You know what I'm saying? The Hellenization being that they was pretty much put in a position to either give up your customs or die. You know, give up your way of living or die. You know, and this was a very heavy point in time in the history of the nation of Israel, because it pretty much led into the prophecy being fulfilled that we was going to be discontinued from our heritage. You know, because all the other captivities that we were in, we knew who we were. We just had to pay tribute. You know, I mean, we were in hardcore slavery and getting beaten and all that, but we still knew that we were Israelites. This is the only captivity where we had to find out. You know what I'm saying? The Spirit had to reveal it to us after the prophecy had been fulfilled that we was going to lose it.
Yep, and that's what you're seeing. This is what it said was taking place here from the Hellenization, man. What happened, you know, thousands of years ago, man. You see that right now.
That's right.
To this very day, you're still seeing the effects of what Alexander the Greek and Antiochus and his son and so on and so forth have done, you know, over time to see what you see now.
Right.
Verse 8, it says, her temple is become as a man without glory. Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity.
Mm-hmm.
Her infants are slain in the streets. Her young men with the sword of the enemy. Mm-hmm. What nation has not a part of her kingdom and gotten up her spoils?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was very hard to be an Israelite at that time. You know, we was camped around about on every side. You know what I'm saying? They took everything. I would say they took everything. They completely stripped us of everything, man, and led us in captivity. Go ahead.
I got a precept.
Done.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 12. Actually, I started verse 11. It says, yeah, all Israel had transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us. And therefore the curse is poured upon us. And I think it says O-T-H-E.
Yeah, it says O.
Okay, alright, that's for sure. And the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of the Most High, because we have sinned against him. And he has confirmed his words which he spake against us, and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven hath there not been done as hath been done upon Jerusalem. That's
what I'm saying, man, and that was the truth. The Lord said, look, I'm gonna kick y'all out the land. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and he's a man of his word. He did not lie. You know what I'm saying? And to this day, it's still happening. You know.
Jacob to this day, man, suffered the worst captivity that any other nation in the planet Earth had to go through.
That's right.
You know, according to the scriptures, man, according to what God. Alright, now we're jumping back to 2 Maccabees 2, verse 10 again. It says, what nation has not had a part in her kingdom and gotten up her spoil? All her ornaments are taken away. Of a free woman she is becoming bondslave. Mm-hmm. And behold, our sanctuary, even our beauty and our glory is laid waste, and the Gentiles have profaned.
Yeah, man, and when you go into the history of Antiochus Epiphanes, because we are going to be going through some of the Josephus, going into the accounts of how wicked that man was, man. And his whole rule, man. He had it out for Israel in a major way, you know. And all the nations that were surrounding him was all under tribute, you know what I'm saying? It was certain nations that were under tribute to the Seleucid Empire, you know what I'm saying, that had their way, because we was under slavery under all of them, making goods and manufacturing things, and you know what I'm saying? Hell, you're in slavery. It's just like today. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you work, you know, it's the same thing. Go ahead.
Verse 13. To what end, therefore, shall we live any longer?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. This ain't living. This ain't living, man. Who want to live like this? You know? So if y'all tired of this, you know, we finna have to make some moves. We finna have to make some decisions, man. The Lord didn't set it up for us to just perish like this. We know we messed up, but damn.
And that's what we said about that, man. Like that, man. I never really noticed that verse. I mean, I noticed it, but it says, what end, therefore, shall we live any longer? It's like, man, God is like, damn, like, what should we even be here for?
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be in this scenario when we see our people You know what I'm saying? Our people turn into transgressors, like, oh, I mean, I'm begging. You know, you got the white man ruling over us, Esau, the food that we need to follow, GMOs, you know what I'm saying? Ain't even breathing a fresh air. Mm-hmm. Gotta get up at 5, 6 o'clock every single day to go work for this damn devil, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, bro, like, to what end should we live any longer in this damn place, man? You know? Verse 14. The mad fathers and the sons rent their clothes and put on sackcloth and mourn for their food.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. You're supposed to feel messed up about how things are going, man. You can't be cool with what's going on right now, man. You know what I'm saying? And keep a straight face or say you're a man of the Lord or nothing like that.
Now, I'm going to jump to Josephus real quick. This is Josephus. This is in the Antiquity of the Jews. This is book 12, chapter 6. I'm going to start at the first chapter. It says, now at this time there was one whose name was Maccabees, who wrote on Odin, the son of John, the son of Simon, the son of Asmodeus, a priest of the order of Jerib and a citizen of Jerusalem. And he had 5 sons, pretty much just explaining what we just read. It said, now this Maccabees lamented to his children the sad state of their affairs, and the ravage made in the city, and the plundering of the temple, and the calamities the multitudes were under. And he told them that it was better for them to die for the laws of their country than to live so gloriously as they did then.
No, there you go, verse 13. To what end, therefore, shall we live any longer? You know? And you always say, and the thing is, when you in captivity, man, everybody's ready to die. You know what I'm saying? It's whether or not you're gonna die manfully is the question. But I never understand. You always got that slave in the movie that want to live, and you looking at it. I'm like, for what? You know what I'm saying, bro? That was you step out of line anytime, they're gonna beat you. They're gonna do whatever they want. They have their way with you, and you still want to be here, knowing there ain't no hope or no way of getting out of it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you call Stockholm syndrome,
man.
That's what Ned is going to play.
Man.
I'm going to continue on verse 15. It says, in the meanwhile, the king's officers, such as compelled the people to revolt, came into the city most days to make them sacrifice. And when many of Israel came unto them,
so basically, what they was doing was they would come to your respective neighborhood or wherever you live. You know what I'm saying, and make you sacrifice on the altar, whatever they give you to sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? They ain't worried about no Sabbaths. They ain't worried about no high holy days. They just gonna show up on a Wednesday and be like, nigga, sacrifice this rabbit. Or nigga, sacrifice this whatever unlawful thing they was doing. Swine in particular, you know?
And you had to do it according to their law and their customs that they created. You had to do it on the spot or else you would die.
Yep. Just like in the Babylonian Empire whenever that music played, when you had to bow down right there in the Nebuchadnezzar, it was that sort of thing, being nothing new under the sun. You know what I'm saying? Today's version of that is standing up for the Pledge of Allegiance. You know what I'm saying? When the Star Spangled Banner come on, you know what I'm saying? You got to be in subjection. Or, you know what I'm saying? Because anytime they see somebody that's not got their hand over their chest or that's not standing up with the national anthem, i.e. Kaepernick, that's what I'm saying, Kaepernick, you know what I'm saying? Basically, that was his version of, you know what I'm saying, rebelling against the system, you know?
Verse 16. And when many of Israel came unto them, Mattathias also and his sons came together. Mm-hmm. Then answered the king's officers and said to Mattathias and his wives, thou art a ruler and an honorable and great man in the city, and strengthened with sons and brethren.
You see, and they even came to him. They was like, look, man, they'll listen to you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We could have turned up if y'all don't go on and get this sacrifice on. You know? Yep. They came to him straight up. They came to him peaceable. They like, look, bro, we got a job to do, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And our job is to come in here and make y'all sacrifice, Mattathias. So, you know what I'm saying? They'll listen to you. So we coming to you. So you tell them.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 18. Now therefore come thou first and fulfill the king's commandment, like as all the heathen have done. Yea, and the men of Judah also, and such as remain at Jerusalem. So shalt thou and thine house be in the number of the king's friends, and thou and thy children shall be honored with silver and gold and many rewards.
That's what I'm saying. See, man, we'll have you. That's what I'm saying. If you get these people to go on and bow down, that's what I'm saying. We got you. Y'all will be cool. We ain't even, you know, we just need you. Just like when Xerxes asked Leonidas, we just need you to bow the knee.
No, that's the same.
Just bow the knee. You know what I'm saying? It's only gonna take you a second to bow the knee. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna take me a lifetime to make up for it, because I'm gonna have to come back and deal with that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what our people understood. Go ahead.
Verse 19. The Maccabees answered and spake with a loud voice. Though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him and fall away, even everyone from the religion of their fathers, and give consent to his commandments, yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers.
That's just like when Joshua said that, man. When Joshua said that, for me and my house, we gonna serve the Lord.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this is what's going on today, man. You got men standing up in the spirit that's saying, look, nah, man, we don't want to, we ain't doing Baphomet. We through with Newports and crack and all this madness, man. You know? We through with pork and committing adultery and nah. The Lord said that's bad. He gonna destroy the people that's doing that. So, you know, it's time to make some changes.
And what side of the line are you saying?
That's just like we asked when we did chapter 1, man. Would you rather die for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua or live for Esau, which is death?
You're gonna die anyway.
You're gonna die anyway. So that's what I'm saying. Think about what's gonna happen when you come back. How about that?
Yep.
If you can wrap your head around that, you know.
Okay. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. You know, so that's the whole, like what Maccabees was saying here in the second answer, first Maccabees, the second chapter, was pretty much, look, we fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? So look, this is our whole duty on the planet Earth. So look, as for me and my house, like the brother said, we gonna walk out to the covenant of our fathers, man. And Lord willing, we are those men that's gonna come in that same stead, man. Whenever all hell starts breaking loose and they start implementing the microchip, which this is another form of the mark of the beast, in a way, they're gonna start doing the same thing. You know, there's gonna be men that's gonna stand up boldly for Yahweh Yahushua, and it's written. These were the men that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord.
That's right.
The same Ezra. This is the same thing, man. The same thing. Alright, so I'm gonna read verse 20 again. It says, yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers. The Most High forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinances.
And what I'm saying, the Lord always had a group of men that was going to stick with that. At this point in time in history, it was these men, the Maccabees, man. You know what I'm saying? It said, God forbid that we should forsake the laws and the ordinance, man. And you got to realize what you're saying when you say that, man. You know, that's another thing we need to try to get a handle on the understanding. You know, when you get a handle on the understanding of what these scriptures actually mean, because it's one thing to quote scripture, but it's another thing to understand it enough to where you can apply it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like something small is hastening the day. Yeah, you ready for the Lord to come back, but okay, that's you hastening the day according to the prophecy. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be hastening the day. Just this is it. Every single day you're gonna burn yourself out. You know what I'm saying? You keep on talking about this is it. 466 days in a row. You're gonna be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, shit, you're gonna want to rap or some old stupid shit. You know? And that's what was going on with our people back then, man. It was the situations was so dire, and there was so many things going on. The way that our people was being punished for not falling or giving up their religion. You see somebody you can only see so many crucifixions before you just gonna be like, you know what, man, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. It's only so much beating you can take. But the thing is, the Lord said, look, somebody gonna have to stand up. Yeah. And it's always somebody to stand up. That's why you always have the prophets, man.
Yep. Quick precept real quick. This is Proverbs 27. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. By getting the understanding.
That's what I'm saying, man. Because you can know something, but that's what I'm saying. I know how to change oil. Yeah, I know how to change oil, but I don't know it good enough where I can teach somebody. I'm gonna have to change enough oil to where I can teach it. You know what I'm saying? Just because you know how to crack somebody back, but shit, until somebody is in pain, writhing, and it's up to you to heal them. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What's that? The Holiday Inn commercials? It was like, yeah, I ain't a doctor, but I stayed in the Holiday Inn last night. Nah, man. I said I'm a prophet. I said I ain't a prophet, but I stayed in the nah. Yeah. You ain't no prophet because you stayed in the Holiday Inn last night, bro. Go ahead.
We would not hearken to the king's words to go from our religion, even on the right hand of the left.
That's what I'm saying. No matter what, we are not gonna go off from our religion. So that's cool that you even had the thought to even come to me, peaceable and all that. But it don't matter what you had going. We not gonna go off. We're not gonna go. You got enough of our people going off. It's enough of our people going off to where we could, you know. Like I said, to the right or to the left, no matter what, we good right here. Go ahead.
Verse 23. Now, when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar, which was at Odin, according to the king's command.
That's what I'm saying. Now here comes some clown. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much moved out the way. Shit, yeah. I'm gonna get my sacrifice. He always ain't gonna kill me. You know what I'm saying? They say sacrifice pork. Guess what? I'm gonna sacrifice some pork. Yeah. What got 2 thumbs to go sacrifice some pork? This fucking guy.
Because you can just imagine when you read these scriptures, you know, like the apostles and others always say, man, you gotta visualize it like you gotta see it in your mind. You know, so you can just imagine, like, it says, now he had left speaking these words, and you can just imagine that guy just got done talking.
Just got done
reproving, and everybody's listening to him, because he's an honorable man in the nation.
He's an elder.
He just got done speaking, and you got some 2/3 clean ass nigga walking up there with a damn pig or some shit, whatever the case may have been. And it's about to set it on the altar. You just, like you said, bumping everybody out the way.
I'm telling you, shit, I ain't finna get killed for y'all.
Dang, tripping on his garment and stuff. Verse 24. Which thing when Maccabees saw, he was inflamed with zeal, and his reins trembled. Neither could he forbear to show his anger according to judgment. Wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar.
That's what I'm saying. And pork will get you killed. You know what I'm saying? Pork will get you killed. That was the judgment. Read it again.
Which thing when Maccabees saw, he was inflamed with zeal, and his reins trembled. Neither could he forbear to show his anger according to judgment.
According to judgment, according to the law. This is the same laws that they're trying to take from us. Yeah. And this dude, after he go through all that, what he just said, he done stood up for his people and say, we good right here. Yeah. And then as soon as he get through saying that, some clown come up and say other, you know what I'm saying? So he was like, oh, are you serious?
It says reins trembled.
That's what I'm saying.
It said he forbear to show it. It says, neither could he forbear to show his anger, so he couldn't even hold it. He couldn't even hold his anger in. Then he got to the point where he just like, man, fuck that.
Yep.
You know, excuse my language for anybody that could be offended. You know what I'm saying? He just said, F that, man. Nope. You know what I'm saying? Verse, continue on.
Wherefore he ran. Go, yeah.
Wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar.
Yeah, man. He was like, that's what I'm saying. It was the spirit was on him. He went and murked him right there, man. On the altar. Nah, man. I said, nah, we ain't doing that, man. Yep. I just sat here and told him we ain't doing that. That's what's up. Yeah. We gonna have to get rid of you. Yep. And did such, you know.
Verse 25. Also the king's commissioner who compelled men to sacrifice.
And that's what I'm saying. And this is how this spiritually happens, man. How you see somebody, you slay somebody on the altar, man. Them dudes is out there breaking down everything wrong and being proud, and it's all about them. That's what that's what inflame our zeal. And we like, dude, it's about you. How about you outside? Yeah. Why we gotta argue with you? Yep. You know what I'm saying? And this is what fires up our zeal. And we like, oh man, Lord, please do something to this. You know, and we leave it in the hands of the Heavenly Father, and we keep on teaching, man. Yep. You know?
Yep. That's why it makes me think about scripture in Ecclesiastes 5 when it talks about pretty much not giving a sacrifice of food when you come to the house of the Heavenly Father. Yep. You know, because when you do that, you're giving it's a state to the Heavenly Father's nose, man. You know, so the Lord put the spirit of Maccabees in there, man. You know? That's right. Because he was following, and he was a priest. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So he was following the law. Yep. You know? Continuing on, verse 25 says, also the king's commissioners who compelled men to sacrifice, he killed at that time, and the altar he pulled down. That's what I'm saying. He got rid of all the clowns, man. He got rid of all the clowns. And that's what we doing through the spirit, man. We're like, look, man, bro, the white man ain't gonna make it.
Look, man, hey, the Lord's name do matter, man. Look, man, hey, we ain't black. Go ahead.
Verse 26. Thus dealt he zealously for the law of the Most High, like as Stephen did unto Zeri the son of Salome. And Matthias cried throughout the city with a loud voice, saying, Whosoever is zealous of the law and maintaineth the covenant, let him follow me.
That's what I'm saying, man. He went Ezekiel 9 and 4 on him, man.
Right.
He sighed and cried, man. He was like, man, y'all see what they doing, man? He was like, nah, man. He was like, look, the Lord will stick with us if we fight, man. The Lord ain't just, nah, it's enough Israelites laying down, man. It's enough Israelites laying down. We need something to stand up. You know? And this is what was going on in that time, and this is what is going on today. Go ahead.
Another key point, man. You see how other men follow the man.
That's right. That's right.
Verse 28. So he and his sons fled into the mountains and left all that ever they had in the city.
That's what I'm saying, man. We left all that ever we had in the city, man. Forget this place, man. This place is done, bro. It's done. That's what I'm saying. We out in the wilderness with the Akia, man, trying to figure out how we gonna get out of here. How we gonna be meek for repentance when the Lord come back, man. Go ahead.
Verse 29. Then many that sought after justice and judgment went down into the wilderness to dwell there.
Like-minded men, man. Other men that's coming into this truth, man. That's learning enough and believing enough to go out on the highways and the byways, you know? Go ahead.
Both they and their children and their wives and their cattle, because the afflictions increased sore upon them. Now when it was told the king's servants, in the host that was at Jerusalem, in the city of David, that certain men who had broken the king's commandment were gone down into the secret places into the wilderness.
Yeah, so they basically had to go back and report that, hey man, Matthias said him and his kids ain't doing that. I tried to come to him peaceable, you know. They said they wasn't doing it. They said I can come back and tell you.
Yeah.
So hey, that was the report. Go ahead.
They pursued after him a great number, and having overtaken them, they camped against them and made war against them on the Sabbath.
You know what I'm saying? Now, these the people that were still there. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we don't do no servile work on the Sabbath day. Fighting would be servile work. You know what I'm saying? Because you still had our people that was going to stick to the law.
Right.
Go ahead.
And they said unto them, let that which you have done hitherto suffice. Come forth and do according to the commandment of the king, and you shall live. And when you go into the history of this, man, there was Jake that was saying that at verse 33.
Yeah.
There was a lot of Jake that was telling him, like, look, you know, follow what the king is saying so you can live.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Verse 34.
And that didn't necessarily make them wicked. It was just that the situation was so bad. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to see no more of their people die, so they sold out. You know what I'm saying? Which is understandable, but at the end of the day, the Lord ain't dealing with understandable. The Lord is dealing with men. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you're going to have men that no matter what, they going to stand up. And that was the disconnect. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you want to save our people, but now I want the Lord, you want to save our people. No, I want the Lord to save my people. How about that? All these groups out there, they want to tell you what the hell they going to do.
Yeah.
We gonna do this, we gonna do that. You don't never hear them say Lord willing. How about that?
They'll never resort back to the scriptures, man. It tells you, all things are written for us, how written for our learning, man. These stories, this history that we have here is written for us, man, to understand the scenarios like this that we're going to come into very soon. How did our righteous forefathers handle the situation? And what happened to the wicked ones that didn't handle the situation correctly?
That's right.
It's written down for a reason, you know?
Come on.
Verse 34, but they said, we will not come forth, neither will we do the king's commandment to profane the Sabbath. So then they gave them the battle with all speed.
They jumped right on them, man. Oh, y'all not gonna fight? Okay, well shit. That's easy work. Go ahead.
And even right here, in my Bible here in the book in 1611, it says, so then they gave them the battle with all speed. And next to that they, the reference says the Jews. So it goes to show you that there were Jakes that was in that military fighting our own people.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Verse 36. Howbeit they answered them not, neither cast they stone at them, nor stopped the places where they lay hid.
That's what I'm saying. They just laid down, man. They just laid down. You know?
Man.
Go ahead.
But said, let us all die all in our innocency. Heaven and earth shall testify for us that you put us in heaven wrong.
You know what I'm saying? And that was their way. That was their way of standing up. That was their way of standing up. We not gonna profane the Sabbath. We willing to die.
Ain't gonna break the law.
You know what I'm saying? But they also understood that they was going back to the spirit where they're finna go be with the Heavenly Father. And it was better than being down here. You know? So that was their way of standing up. Go ahead.
Verse 38. So they rose up against them in battle on the Sabbath day, and they slew them with their wives and children and their cattle to the number of 1,000 people.
That's what I'm saying. 1,000 people died right there on the spot, standing up for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, not willing to profane the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? 1,000 souls go back to the heavens with the Heavenly Father, rather than rather than to live.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How we read up earlier in the chapter where it say how much longer is we gonna have to live like this?
See the destruction of your people.
You know what I'm saying? So what looked like a dumb decision made by our people to just not fight on the Sabbath, you know what I'm saying? Their spirits was received to heaven right then for making the right decision. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Verse 39. Now when Maccabees and his friends understood hereof, they mourned for their right sword. And one of them said to another, if we all do as our brethren have done, and fight not for our lives and laws against the heathen, they will now quickly root us out of the earth.
That's what I'm saying. And that event boosted up more men to be like, look, well, we're going to have to do something. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. But the Lord always set these events up to spark, you know what I'm saying, inspiration and hope. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that was two. And in this chapter, we have two different accounts on different ways that it was handled according to the Spirit. Go ahead.
Verse 40. Actually, I just read this. Verse 41. At that time, therefore, they decreed, saying, whosoever shall come to make battle with us on the Sabbath day, we will fight against him. Neither will we die all as our brethren that were murdered in the secret place.
That's what I'm saying. And see, it had to be, if at the rate that the Greeks was killing us, it wasn't gonna be nobody left until these men stood up. But they had to see enough. All being persuaded in their own mind that I'm willing to die for this thing at this point. I done seen all I can see. Let's get this paper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is where we are now. You know what I'm saying? I got two sons. I ain't trying to see now one of them come up in Babylon like, we ain't got enough time. Babylon is not gonna be cleaned up before my kids is old enough to succumb to this bitch. Yeah. Go ahead.
Verse 42. Then came there unto them the company of the cities, who were mighty men of Israel, even all such as were voluntarily divided unto the law.
See, that's what I'm saying. Now they heard now to keep in mind, they heard of this stuff too. They heard these stories too. They like, oh, okay, Mattathias and his, okay, they clicking up. Okay, well, yeah, we just gonna ride with them because we tired of this too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Another camp showing up.
Yep. When you go to the history of those cities, that was important. You know?
Oh,
the second Maccabees they called them the Macedonians.
Oh, okay,
Macedonians in the city.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. That's what's up. Lacedaemonians, yeah. Or the stock of Abraham. There you go.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Verse 43. Also all they that fled for persecution joined themselves unto them and were stayed unto them. So they joined their forces and smote sinful men in their anger and wicked men in their wrath.
That's what I'm saying. And today you see in all these camps that's like mine on one accord bringing out the same thing, just like the Apostle Elder Tahar was saying. We got to all speak the same thing. It's only one doctrine, man. There ain't no compromises. There ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Just like the Apostle Elder Tahar said, it was a moment. It was a beautiful moment. That's it.
Yep.
Go ahead.
But the rest fled to the heathen for support.
But the rest fled to the heathen for help. You know what I'm saying? Read that verse again, brother.
So they joined their forces and smote sinful men in their anger and wicked men in their wrath.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They was killing the sellouts. You know what I'm saying? How the Lord said He gonna start the judgment at Israel first?
Right there.
Nothing new under the sun, man. Go ahead.
But the rest fled to the heathen for support. Then Maccabees and his friends went round about and pulled down the altars.
All the altars that have been sacrificed on unlawfully.
Said, fuck, man. Said, F that, man. You about to clean this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know, verse 46. And what children soever they found in the coast of Israel uncircumcised, those they circumcise daily.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. He said, no, your kid ain't circumcised? Bring him over here.
Yeah.
Forget what they talking about now, man. The Lord said, circumcise our kids, man. Go ahead.
And that's it. That word definitely, and that's what it said by force.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so he was grabbing them up.
Yeah.
And whether they wanted to or not,
Yep.
getting circumcised.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. He said, if you all gonna live in this society, you're gonna live according to the laws, man.
Exactly. Verse 47. They pursued also after the proud men, and the work prospered in their hands.
Mm-hmm.
So they recovered the law out of the hand of the Gentiles and out of the hand of the kings. Neither suffered they the sinners to triumph.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. They was judging. They was judging according to the law, and they was like, yeah, man, that's what was going on. They was like, nah, enough is enough.
Right.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Alright, so now this is the same book 12, chapter 6, part 2. It's a little lengthy, so I'm just going to actually find this spot. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It says,
I'm gonna say if it's me, get it.
yeah, I'll just start at the top. It says, but when those that were appointed by the king were come to him, that they might compel the Jews to do what they were commanded, and to enjoin those that were there to offer sacrifice, as the king had commanded, they desired that Maccabees, a person of greatest character among them, both on other accounts, and particularly on account of such movements and self-observance and the children, would begin the sacrifice, because his fellow citizens would follow his example, and because such a procedure would make him honored by the king.
Mm-hmm.
But Maccabees said that he would not do it, and that if all the other nations would obey the commands of Antiochus, either out of fear or to please him, yet would not he nor his sons leave the religious worship of their country. But as soon as he ended his speech, there came one of the Jews and some of Israel, and sacrificed as Antiochus had commanded, at which Maccabees had great indignation and ran upon him violently with his sons, who had swords with them, and slew both the man himself and sacrifice, and upheld the king's general, who compelled him to sacrifice with a few of his soldiers.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, they killed the soldiers too. He didn't get to go back and report shit. They just had to find out.
It was
Yeah, they must have killed him.
He ain't back yet.
Yeah. Him might be through.
Yeah. Overthrew the idol. He also overthrew the idol altar and he cried out, if, and this is parentheses right here, it says, if, saying he, anyone being zealous for the laws of his country and for the worship of the Heavenly Father, let him follow me.
Mm-hmm.
And when he had said this, he made haste into the desert with his sons, and left all his substance in the village. Many others did the same also, led with their children and wives into the desert and run the cave. Now I'm going to jump down here. Here we go. It says, but when the king and generals heard this, they told all the forces they then had in the citadel of Jerusalem, and pursued the Jews into the desert. And when they had overtaken them, they in the first place endeavored to persuade them to repent, and to choose what was most of their advantage, and not put them to the necessity of using them according to the law of war. Here's the part about how. But when they would not comply with their persuasion, but continued to be of a different mind, they fought against them on the Sabbath day, and they burnt them as they were in the caves, without resistance, and without so much as stopping the entrance of the caves. So they pretty much blocked the entrance of the caves, and went in there and burned them all up, smothered them with smoke, couldn't get out, couldn't get in, you know. And they avoided to defend themselves on that day, because they were not willing to break and honor. Because they were not willing to break in upon the honor they owed the Sabbath, even in such distresses. For our law required that we rest upon that day. There were about 1,000 with their wives and children who were smothered and died in these days. But many of those that escaped joined themselves to Maccabees and appointed him to be their ruler, who taught them to fight even on the Sabbath.
You said that was a sacrifice. That was a sacrifice.
Burnt sacrifice.
That was a burnt offering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, man.
That was a burnt sacrifice, man.
Man, bro.
A holocaust. That's what the word holocaust goes to. A burnt sacrifice.
Yep.
A burnt offering. Go ahead.
said and told them that unless they would do so, they would become their own enemies by observing the law so rigorously, while their adversaries will still assault them on this day.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why they look at us the way they look at us. They call us rapists, they call us this, they call us that, and they wonder why we still go out there with that so-called stigma attached to us. You know what I'm saying? Read that last little part again.
Yeah, it says, and told them that unless they would do so, they would become their own enemies by observing the law so rigorous.
That's what I'm saying. Saying that you a believer of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and you study under Great Millstone, pretty much put a target on you. You know what I'm saying? Man, y'all putting yourself out there, man. Y'all out there looking crazy. There you go, right there. Read it again.
And told them that unless they would do so, they would become their own enemies by observing the law so rigorously.
Hey, where is that scripture where it's talking about you making yourself a prey? You know what I'm saying? If you want to get that real quick. Yeah, man. Everything is in the scriptures. We go by the whole road, man. You know what I'm saying? These precepts, they link up. It's the same way our forefathers did it, man. Judas, Maccabees, and all his brothers, they inspired the men that was fighting up under them through scripture, man. Mm-hmm. Nat Turner did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I said, how you think the Lord convinced the apostles? Through the scriptures.
Yeah. That's how he speaks to them.
Yeah.
It's
So
been that way ever since.
Yeah.
You know? This is Isaiah 59 and I started verse 14. And judgment is turned away backward, and justice stands afar off. Mm-hmm. For truth is fallen in the street, and equity cannot enter. Yeah, truth ever. And he that departed from evil maketh himself afraid.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what the Maccabees did. Yep. They departed from evil and made themselves afraid. That's what we've done. We departed from evil and we made ourselves afraid. People say whatever they want to say about us. They don't pull no punches. They don't have no feelings. They ain't worried about wives and kids and none of that. They just see a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no truth come from no niggas. Injures and speaks. Go ahead.
It says, and Yahweh saw it displeased him that there was no judgment.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. And it displeased the Heavenly Father that there wasn't no judgment right then. So he put the Spirit on Mattathias and his sons to murk them niggas right there at the altar. Yep. And to continue their fight and to continue their battle. And they was going all through the city and going all through, tearing down strongholds and altars, just like the men are doing today, man, through the Spirit, man. Tearing down these strongholds. Every altar that we tear down, man. All these different doctrines that's coming up against this truth that don't make no sense once you do your research or the Spirit start dealing. You know? Mm-hmm. We seeing this thing spiritually, and it's only a matter of time before the fishes turn into hunters.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Verse 16. And he saw that there was no man, and wondered that there was no intercessor. Therefore his arm brought salvation unto him.
His arm brought salvation to him, going into Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Being his right hand. And being sent back to deliver those men that stood still. Go ahead.
And his righteousness is sustained him.
And his righteousness sustained him, man. His righteousness sustained him. And not selling out. You know what I'm saying? Not his money. Not his hustle. Not his mouthpiece. Go ahead.
Jumping back to the Josephus, it says, while serving the law so rigorously, while their adversaries will still assault them on this day, and they will not defend themselves, and that nothing could hinder, but they must all perish without fighting. This speech persuaded them, and this rule continues among us to this day, that if there be a necessity, we may fight on the Sabbath day.
If there be a necessity, so if it's a spiritual situation, in the spirit, we can fight on the Sabbath day. How the Lord said you can do good on the Sabbath, we're doing good on the Sabbath, was for them to fight so that our nation wouldn't be wiped out at that time. Because the prophecies don't always have to be fulfilled, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you got to think about it. Every time the Lord go outside of what people think is outside of the box, it's a spiritual situation that keep our nation here.
Yeah.
It's always he always willing to, you know what I'm saying, to keep us there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So making us be allowed to fight on the Sabbath is what kept our seed preserved.
Exactly.
You know?
Same thing that happened with the men.
Confusion of faces was to keep our seed preserved. Because if you could just line up every Israelite according to what they look like, well, I'll be out of there already.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? So his thoughts are higher than our thoughts, you know?
Like the Benjamites with the women, the whole rape thing.
See, according to the Spirit. And then use the law. He used the law. through the Spirit.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Man, it's about being, man, that's what your house shot, man. It's being spiritual within the law, man. It's not about being meticulous with it, man. You gotta go to the spirit of what the law is, right? What the law is saying. That's why your house shot came to college.
That's right.
You know, because they were trying to do the same thing with him when he was, he was plucking corn on the Sabbath. Him and his men plucking corn on the Sabbath. It was being spiritual. Getting your ox out of the ditch. You're being spiritual. Right. We're being spiritual to preserve our nation. You know what I'm saying? Verse 49. Now, when the time drew near that Maccabees should die, he said unto his sons, now have pride and rebuke gotten strength, in the time of destruction and the wrath of indignation. He
said, pride and rebuke have gotten strength in the time of destruction and the wrath of indignation. That's what I'm saying. These are the things that are arising out of the times that we're living in. Right. Go ahead.
Now, therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your father.
The whole duty of man, like we went into earlier.
Call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time.
And this is how we go. This is why we go through the scriptures. Get Romans 15 and 4 real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna type it up here. All right, go ahead.
This is Romans chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
All right, now go back to
First Maccabees chapter 2, verse 51. Call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time. So shall ye receive great honor and an everlasting name.
That's right, man. If you do what these men did, your name will be written in the book of life. Go ahead.
Was not Abraham found faithful in temptation?
Temptation. In temptation.
Yeah. Was not Abraham found faithful in temptation, and it was not imputed unto him for righteousness?
That's one example. Read on.
Joseph in the time of his distress kept the commandment and was made Lord of Egypt. Then he is our father and being zealous and fervent, obtaining the covenant of an everlasting priesthood. Yahushua, fulfilling the word which he dropped you. Yahushua, fulfilling the word, was made a judge of Israel.
Right.
Caleb, for bearing witness before the congregation, received the heritage of the land. David, for being merciful, possessed the throne of an everlasting kingdom.
Right.
Elias, for being zealous and fervent for the law, was taken up to heaven. Ananias, Azarias, and Mishael, by believing, were saved out of the flame. Daniel, for his innocence, he was delivered from the mouth of lions. And thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome.
Right on. Yep. What you got, Sirach?
Yep.
Chapter 2. Come on.
Sirach chapter 2, verse 10.
Yep.
It says, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? And whom did he ever despise that called upon his name?
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying, man. That's how it works. He's putting us in a position to where we absolutely have to depend on him and his son, period. That's the only way. That's the only way you are not going to drown in Babylon, man. That's the only way you're not going to burn in Babylon. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 62, jumping back to Maccabees. Hear not then the words of a sinful man, for his glory shall be dung and worms.
Forget what they talking about, man. Go with what the scriptures say, man. That's what I'm saying. If you constantly told it in the scriptures, time and time again, the Lord come through. When you depend on Esau, time and time again, he lied. So every time. You know, so having that dynamic in your grasp. Just read on, bro.
And it's crazy because, man, our forefather Maccabees, he brought examples of it. These are examples that we can use if you got lost faith. You know, if your faith is being shook, man, read this account here. He gave all the examples: Abraham, Joseph, Daniel, David, Elijah, Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and even many more examples. You know. It says, fear not in the words of a sinful man, for his glory shall be dung and worms. Today he shall be lifted up, and tomorrow he shall not be found, because he is returned into the dust, into his dust, and his thought has come to nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Eventually, that's what I'm saying. This devil gonna be out of there, man. We ain't gonna have to worry about him, but we're gonna always have to worry about the Heavenly Father. Go ahead.
Wherefore, you, my sons, be valiant, and show yourselves men in the behalf of the law.
That's what I'm saying. You man up in the face of adversity, man. Like the Apostle Elder Rakah like to say, you embrace the heat, man. Go ahead.
From by it shall you obtain glory.
But by it, you know what I'm saying, by the law. And if y'all want to get stupid and try to say that the law is above, don't even go there, man. You know what I'm saying? Through the Spirit, you're going to be a man on behalf of the law. You know what I'm saying? As far as judging in the situation and the time that they was in, man. They was holding fast to the law because that's what was going to get them delivered during that point in time. You know what I'm saying? And in this time, the law is going to get you your faith in the law. Your faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is what's going to make you keep the law to the best of your ability. It's a distinction, you know? It's about being spiritual.
When you think about it, man, who's the one that gives you the opportunity to be observant, to be a follower of the law in the first place? It's the company. Which is who? It's Yahushua at the end of the day, anyway.
Exactly.
You know? Verse 66. Actually, 65. Stop. And behold, I know that your brother Simon is a man of counsel. Give care unto him always. And like he shall be a father unto you.
Yeah, I'm saying, and basically his Mattathias is giving out the instructions.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He getting his house in order before he go on.
Yep.
Read on.
As for Judas Maccabees, he has been mighty and strong, even from his youth up. Let him be your captain and fight the battle of the people.
So basically, he told you Simon is gonna be the advisor, and Judas is gonna be the general. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be the captain. Go ahead.
Take also unto you all those that observe the law, and avenge ye the wrong of your people.
That's what I'm saying. The spirit was for them to fight at that point in time. Just like the spirit is for us to teach now. It's the same thing, man. It's different times. It turn into different things. Like I said, the officials are going to turn into hunters eventually, man. You know? Go ahead.
And that makes me think about the scripture that's somewhere in Isaiah 40-something chapter that talks about how altars are going to be built in the midst of Egypt. You know, and that's reading that verse here. It says, take also unto you all those that observe the law and avenge the wrong of your people. That's like us at the camps, man. You know, you got like-minded men all in one accord that believe the same thing and walk after the same doctrine. You know what I'm saying? And we're avenging the wrong of our people through the words of Yahweh.
Yep, telling them about themselves, man. Telling them about what their enemies doing to them that they ain't even aware of. You know?
Verse 68, recompense fully the heathen and take heed to the commandments of the law. So he blessed them and was gathered to his fathers.
You see, those were the instructions at that time. You know what I'm saying? For them. You know? And eventually our instructions are going to change if we stick with it. You know? Go ahead.
So, and he died in the 146th year, and his sons buried him in the sepulchre of his fathers at Modin, and all Israel made great lamentation.
You know what I'm saying? But Israel not going to have to lament for the men of the Lord this time, man. You know? And that's the difference between that story and the story that's playing out here in 2017 in Babylon, you know?
Yep.
You got something else?
Yeah, I'm going to jump into the last part of what this account of Maccabees says. Josephus. But when he had ruled 1 year, talking about the Maccabees, and was fallen into a distemper, he called for his sons and set them round about him and said, "O my sons, I'm going the way of all the earth. And I recommend to you my resolution, and beseech you not to be negligent in keeping it, but to be mindful of the desires of him who begat you and brought you up, and to preserve the customs of the country, and to recover your ancient form of government, which is in danger of being overturned, and not to be carried away with those that, either by their own inclination or out of necessity betray, but to become such sons as are worthy of me, to be above all force and necessity, and so to dispose your souls as to be ready when it shall be necessary to die for your laws, as sensible of this, by just reasoning, that if the Most High see that you are so disposed, he will not overlook you, but will have a great value for your virtue, and will restore to you again what you have lost. And for eternity to that freedom in which we shall live quietly and enjoy your own customs. Their bodies are mortal and subject to fate, but they receive a sort of immortality by the remembrance of what actions they have done. I'm gonna read that again.
Yeah.
It says your bodies are mortal and subject to fate. So your body is immortal and we're subject to death. We're subject to imminent destruction at the end of the day, right? But they receive such of immortality by the remembrance of what actions they have done. So even if our mortal bodies are subject to fate and die, they still receive a sort of immortality by the things that you have done on the planet Earth via our ancient forefathers that are written about to this day. You know, we understand that reincarnation is a part of the scriptures that are back today, but these examples that were written thousands of years ago, they're brought to remembrance time after time after time after time, which is what? It's a form of immortality. You know? It says, by the remembrance of what actions they have done, I would have you so in love with this immortality that you may pursue after glory, and that when you have undergone the great difficulties, you may not scruple for such things to lose your lives. I exhort you especially to agree with one another in what excellency any one of you exceeds another to yield to him so far, and by that means to reap the advantage of some of his own virtues. Do you esteem Simon as your father, because he is a man of extraordinary prudence, and be governed by him in what counsel he gives you?
Listen to your brother, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He the oldest. You get in order, man. Go ahead.
Take Maccabees for the general of your army, because of his courage and strength. For he will revenge your nation and will bring nations on your enemies.
That's just like how Paul talked about going into the different offices and administrations of the body.
Exactly.
He's giving out the instructions. How Moses said, take men's of 50s and 10s and 100s. You know what I'm saying? And then they judge situations. And then if the situation is more than what you can do, you run it up the ladder. Order. Go ahead.
Admit among you the righteous and religious and argument their power.
Yeah, man. I was about to say, those men that's among you, you know them. Y'all know each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let the men that's the most, you know what I'm saying, valuable among you, esteem him up there and let him, you know what I'm saying? If he's worth following, you follow him.
Yeah. Yeah. He's giving out very wise instructions of how to govern your nation. He set up leaders.
That's right.
Just how we got leaders that we got to follow today, like apostles and elders, men of great counsel.
That's right.
And prudence, we follow after their instructions, man. This is the same thing that went on back then, man.
And we follow them because they follow Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And that's how it's set up. I will say the order is Yahweh Shai, the men of Israel, and then the women. So if the men, that's what I'm saying, it's order amongst men, right? There you go. And this is what you're seeing in this chapter, man, on the spiritual aspect of it, how we correlate it to today, being out on the highways and the byways in these camps, like-minded men in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? But eventually that spirit of hunting is going to be on these men that's on these corners preaching and teaching, you know?
Yep.
So this is our example of showing you in Maccabees chapter 2. You got anything else you want to?
No, man. I mean, like, the scriptures plainly tell you what it is, man. You know, like brother said, mentioned earlier, Ezekiel 9:4, man. You know, go you through the city and smite. That's coming soon, man. You know, we've seen a prime example of wicked jakes that were getting slain by the righteous of our people, man, and that's going to happen again.
That's right.
You know, for those that stand stiffly for the name of Yahweh outside, look, man.
Oh, I say so. You best believe if the Lord can put the spirit on a man to kill you, He can put the spirit on a man to rebuke you.
Yep.
You know, and that's just the truth of the matter, man.
Yep. That's it, man.
And with that, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and blessings to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.